Good morning and welcome to the class of Essentials of Communication. This is a syllabus prescribed as per KUK, Kurukshetra University, MDU and CBNU, Chaudhary Bansilal University. Means this syllabus is being practiced all Haryana engineering colleges. And in particular, and this may be useful for other students of science and technology in general. Today we are going to discuss the syllabus, and along with syllabus we will also be attempting to discuss marking scheme and examination pattern. So without wasting much time, let us come to the topic. So far as syllabus of Essentials of Communication is concerned, the syllabus divided is into four major segments, and first two sections are divided into two parts each. So we will be having a balanced opinion on each and every segment, that is named as section A, section B, section C and section D. And first of all, let us look what is inside section A. And section A talks of semantics. Why semantics is so important? Semantics stands for the study of meaning in a language. When we talk about the study of meaning in a language, then immediately in our mind hits one term: synonym. The words similar in meaning, not exactly the same, because no two words can have same meaning. No two words can have same meaning. They may have similar meaning. Here I would like to give you one example. Why no two words can have same meaning? I would like to give you one example from Hindi and one from English. In Hindi, you realize that Pankaj and Jalaj and सरोज, पंकज, जलज, सरोज ये तीनों पर्यायवाची हैं कमल के। बट सरोज और पंकज में मीनिंग का अंतर है। पंकज वो कमल होता है जो कीचड़ में उगा हुआ है, सरोज वो है जो तालाब में उगा हुआ है, सरोवर में उगा हुआ है, ब्रह्मशर में उगा हुआ है। और इस हिसाब से पर्यायवाची यानी सिनोनिम, they are list of words similar in meaning, not exactly the same in meaning. If you will look for synonyms of sorry in English, you will find pardon, my apology, or forgive me. But again, if you will go into the detail of their meaning, you will identify that either by origin or by some meaning they have some differences. And the best example you can identify from the synonyms of biodata, CV and resume. They all are different. Biodata stands for where biological details are required. CV stands for it is educational academic details are more significant related in listing of article and publication, list of publication, and it is specifically used in educational university setup. CV. Resume for freshers. Resume must be of either one or two pages, but CV may be a few more pages. Whereas biodata, physical details are more important. For army jobs, height, weight, chest, that is required. Even for some jobs like jobs of air hostess or some jobs where physical features are mandatory, biodata will be processed. So in this part, in section A, as the part of semantics, we study synonym. We also study antonym. Why antonym? Many times we need, like if there is day, there will be night. If there is morning, there will be evening. If there is sunrise, there will be sunset. If there will be something good, there will be something bad. So, in order to demark that opposite sayings of the meaning, antonyms are there. So that also indirectly empowers and contributes to the faculty of semantics. So a selected list of synonym, antonym, homophone and homonym. Next two terms as the part of section A, first part, semantics, homophones and homonym. Homo means similar or same. Homophone, phone, what does phone mean? Will anybody would like to try what does phone mean? Phone means sound. Homophone, similar sound, same sound, but difference in spelling. RIGST, WRITE. He always writes right spellings. And again, that SEA, SEE, C, and then they are homophone, similar sounds. These are the certain things that are known as homophone, similar sound but different in spelling or meaning, and that is being studied as a part of homophone. Then there is homonym. Spelling will also be same, sound will also be same, but meaning will be different. This room is having 6 fans, and I am a great fan of APJ Abdul Kalam. So that fan and fan. Windows 10 is very useful and recent advancement in IT and computer. This room is having 4 windows. So spelling same. Then mouse. One mouse is a small animal. Another mouse is computer part. Then same spelling but different meaning. You can find RIGST and KIND. Kindly tell me the kinds of noun. Kindly. So kind of you. Then there comes on Indian roads Keeping right is not right. Right, right. Right is not right. Right hand, not right. Left hand, always right. Left is right, so left, right, right, not right. So we can see that way as the part of homonym. Same spelling, difference in meaning. Then there comes form and functions of words. As the last part of first statement of section A, semantics. Form and function of words. A word may have one form by identity, but it may have other form by function. Means there are parts of speech. Noun, pronoun, adjective, adverb, verb, preposition, conjunction and interjection. A word may be one part of speech, but it requires the parts of ability of other parts of speech. So it can function in a different way. For example, let us see by example. How about an example? Up and down. By parts of speech, they are preposition. But when you say the ups and the downs of the life, ups and the downs of the life, means up singular, ups plural. And where singular plural comes? Noun, by adding yes or es. Boy, boys. Clear? Toy, toys. So the ups, up plus s, ups, and the downs of the life. So that way, form and function. There are many words that can function. He motored down to town. He came to my village in a motor. He motored down to my village. So motor is, he came to my village in a motor. Here motor is noun, but he motored down to my village. Here motor is verb, a noun adopting the ability of verb by function. So by form, motor is noun, by function in the second sentence is verb. So when one part of speech function as the another part of speech, it is known as form and function of verb or form and function of words. So let us move to the second part of that section A, syntax. Syntax talks of grammar, clarity of writing of a sentence, and then it deals with sentence structure, word pattern and their usages. Sentence structure. You might be bored from listening to very little classes to this age. Sentence structure in English is subject plus verb plus object. Got it? And that is the structure. But then again you will find simple sentence, complex sentence, compound sentence. So while talking of syntax, sentence structure, there come word pattern and their usages. Word pattern, there are many more word patterns, but as part of syllabus you are supposed to study 2024 word pattern and practice it. For example, let us look at one or two examples very quickly of word pattern. Subject plus verb plus direct object. He gifted a book. He purchased a book. Subject plus verb plus indirect object. I hate you. Indirect objects are mostly living things. Subject plus verb plus direct object plus indirect object. He gifted me a pen. subject plus verb plus indirect object plus direct object. He gifted me indirect object, a pen direct object. We can similarly reverse the position of direct and indirect objects. He gifted a pen to me. Subject plus verb plus direct object plus indirect object. Non-living things will be, and small non-living things and small living things will be direct object, whereas living things will be indirect object. So this we will be dealing in the second part of section 8, that is syntax. Let us move to the section B. There we will be talking about section B is divided into two parts, phonetics and comprehension. Again, as we listen that what is sound, what is phonetics? Scientific study of sound system in a language. And then phonetics talks of there the syllabus prescribes for BTech students that basic concepts. And what are basic concepts of sound? Sound can be categorized, any type of sound can be categorized into two parts, consonants and vowels. That every language has two categorization of sound system. And then in English there are 44 phonemes out of 24 consonants, 20 vowels. You might be differing in the opinion that there are 26 letters, 21 consonant, 5 vowel, but that is 26 letters A to Z for writing. But so far as spoken English is concerned, phonemes there are 44 sound symbols. Phoneme is the smallest unit of sound in a language. There are 44 sounds identified, 24 consonant, 20 vowels. Out of this 20, 12 are monophthongs, means pure vowels, and 8 are diphthongs. What is 8 are diphthongs? So 12 diphthong means vowel glides. Let us have some example of monophthongs and diphthongs. B-E-T, bet. A is the sound, monophthong. But T-E-A-R, T-E-A-R. Ra is silent sound, and when you speak it, hear E and R. Similarly, you can study E plus R. This is transcription of the sound E-A-R, ear, fear, near, dear, clear, dear. So we can, this is vowel glide. It begins with one sound and moves towards the other, but it cannot be divided. It is indivisible sound, one sound, gliding from ear, poor. So similarly, we should move to the next part of this. We will be studying phonetics, vowel, consonant, phoneme, syllable. Syllable is the clubbing of vowel and consonant with at least one vowel sound. Minimum may as many as possible consonant but one vowel sound. That is syllable. Word can be of three types: monosyllabic word, disyllabic word, and polysyllabic word. Maybe mono for one, di for two, poly for more than two, and many, more than two, that way. So syllable. Then articulation of speech sounds. What is sound mechanism for producing a particular sound in a language? That is the very technical part of this phonetics. How to articulate a particular sound. See, English sound production mechanism is different from Paणिनि grammar of Sanskrit or Hindi Devanagari. For example, in Hindi or Sanskrit, if we are studying like the sound sequence of pa, fa, ba, ba, ma. But in English, only two sounds can be clubbed together. See sound production mechanism, pa, fa, ba, ba, ma. All bilabial. Bilabial means, bi means two, labia means lips. Sounds are being produced by the use of two lips. दो होठों के सहारे बोले जाने वाले उच्चारण जो अक्षर हैं उनके उच्चारण को बाइलैबियल कहा गया इंग्लिश में. दो होठों के साथ प, ख, ब, भ, म. बट दिस इज संस्कृत. This is Sanskrit manner of sound production mechanism. In English, only two sounds are bilabial. What are two? Pa and ba. Pa and ba. You can ask a question that sir, fa और ba कैसे बोलेंगे फिर? Pa, ba, 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 ba in Hindi. But in English, fa is lower lip and upper teeth. Fa sound is produced by lower lip, upper teeth. Fa, father, not father. Father, not father. Friend, not friend. Then vote, not vote. Vote, lower lip, upper teeth. Lower lip, upper teeth. Vote. Van. Clear? But sometimes, because of MTI, mother tongue influence, we speak wrongly. Many a time there is a joke for Bengalis that they speak vote by both the lips. That's a wrong expression, wrong production mechanism. So there is a statement like, why are you talking like a begamot in the veranda? But this is a wrong expression. So we should not use that. Then there comes sound production mechanism deals with this part of our face. Nose, then vocal cords, lips, tip of the tongue blade, back of the tongue, hard palate. Hard palate is teeth ridge, back of teeth. Then soft palate, roof of the mouth, back. Then this way, various other sound production mechanisms. It is like playing flute or playing bansuri. Air blows, and by blockage of the air, different kind of sound is produced. Similarly, air comes out from our lungs. It processes to various blockage or unblockage. All vowels we cannot block. Air passes, and we speak. There is a magic. We speak only when we breathe out. There are two processes: breathing in, breathing out. But we speak, we can speak, human beings can speak only when they are
breathing out.
Breathing out. While breathing in, we cannot speak. Because of the passing of the air, the sound is created, and it is being blocked at various junctures and various ways. It becomes so scientific that we cannot even imagine. And all vowel sound, there will be no complete blockage. See, there is no blockage. E, no blockage. A, no full blockage. There may be pressure, but there can't be complete blockage. So, manner of articulation, transcription of words and simple sentences using International Phonetic Alphabet. There are three types of English very popular in the world. One is British RP. that is being spoken in England. RP means received pronunciation. Received from whom? Received from south part of England. And also, let us move towards closer, not exactly south part of England, rather Oxford Literary Circle. Received from the speakers of Oxford Literary Circle, Oxford Educated Community, that is known as RP, British English. Then there is Voice of America, American English. Then language changes, locale to locale. So locality, according to locality, there is a vibration. There will be, even in England, there is Cockney and other some variations. So moving to that spoken part, there is one body that is known as International Phonetic Association. What is, you may write, International Phonetic Association. And they searched, they identified 44 sounds. They IPA recommended IPA. International Phonetic Association recommended International Phonetic Alphabet. International Phonetic Association recommended International Phonetic Alphabet, that IPA. That is being taught here, that we are supposed to teach in the syllabus of Technical Universities of Haryana. And then that transcription of word and simple sentences. There is the second part of second segment, section B, comprehension. So comprehension talks about listening and reading comprehension, note taking, reviewing, summarizing, paraphrasing, phrasing, interpreting. That will be the part of comprehension. Earlier in your schoolings, you must have read note making.
Yes, sir.
But here it is note taking. Note making, there is a paragraph, bigger paragraph given, and you are making brief notes out of that. But note taking, lecture is going on and you are taking the notes. So that is the difference. Note taking is the part of listening comprehension and writing comprehension. Whereas note making is the part of reading comprehension and the writing comprehension is required. Reading and writing, two processes are involved in note making, reading and writing. But note taking, listening and writing. These two faculty will be used. And then there comes reviewing, summarizing, etc. and précis writing. What is précis? Précis is the technique of writing to reduce a given passage into one thought by applying some mechanism of you can say curtailing the given text, reducing it, and that reduction technique leads to reproduction of one third of that paragraph. Then we will come to the section C. Section C deals with composition, and composition can be of many type: creative, imaginary, artificial, expressive, impressive. For that purpose there are some names: composition, descriptive and explanatory, analytical and argumentative writing, description of simple objects like instrument, appliances, places, persons. Like places, you may want to write something on Golden Temple, Wagah border, or Amritsar as a city. Discuss Varanasi as a holy city. Discuss Chandigarh as the technically advanced city. So that way, you places and then buildings, monuments like Taj Mahal you may have to describe. Then later on, instrument you may have to describe vertical creditors or processes of, like see, because of the lack of oxygen, many kids died in Gorakhpur. So there can be a question how to make oxygen in laboratory conditions. How to make oxygen in laboratory conditions. This may be a very relevant topic for you. So process of making chapati, making Maggi in 2 minutes. Then how will you make masala chai? That can be processes, places, person. Describe APJ Abdul Kalam in one paragraph. Principles, honesty is the best policy. Description and explanation of processes and operations. Analysis and argument. Argumentative writing. Amartya Sen wrote a book, Argumentative Indians. Argumentative Indians. So most of the teachers used to, you can say in your school days, don't argument please, they used to talk to you like that. But here, having good argument in the positive side, and you are supposed to argue, you are supposed to be logical, you are supposed to be rational in your composition while writing. So you are supposed to write debate and group discussion. Why group discussion? One person should write group discussion where there are 5 persons to speak. Because if there is a problem, you cannot sort it out in one way. There will be multiple ways of sorting out a problem. So you can approach a problem in different ways to sort it out. There cannot be one solution of each and every problem. Clear? And for that, applying your brain in 5-6 ways on a single problem, that ability you can have or develop or grow or nurture in your persona by adopting argumentative writing skills, by inculcating in your personality. So, argumentative writing in the form of GD and debate. So, group discussion and debate you are supposed to write. Then finally comes section D. Section D deals with a book, English for Students of Science by A. Roy and P.L. Sharma. This book is published by Orient Longman. Who is the publisher of the book? Orient Longman. You are supposed to study 4 chapters from this book. Clear? What are those 4 chapters? First chapter is the year 2050. Reflection of a future. Next chapter, year 2050 is written by D.J. Gordon. And the next chapter is the mushroom of death, dealing with the world after a nuclear war. Mushroom of death deals with the kind of havoc created by a nuclear blast in any country or any situation. And it also imagines that when multiple blasts over multiple cities will be there on earth, what will be the situation? So it deals with that problem, mushroom of death. It's the chapter written by A. Bandyopadhyay. Third chapter is human environment. We are now least concern of human environment. And what is that human environment deals with? This is a chapter by Indira Gandhi. Human environment by Indira Gandhi. See, we as human beings, we all human beings are so smart, we think that we are the savior of the environment. But we are the only who rob the environment the most on this earth. Clear? बंदर पेड़ नहीं काटता, कुत्ता पेड़ नहीं काटते, पेड़ को ह्यूमन बीइंग नहीं काटता, लेकिन मैन कितना चालाक है, पहला पेड़ काटा, उससे क्या करा, पेन बना, एक और पेड़ काटा, हर्ब्स काट के उससे इंक बना लिया, एक और पेड़ काट के उससे कागज बना लिया, फिर उस पेन से, उस कागज से, उस इंक से लिखता है सेव द ट्री. Got it? Save the tree, save the environment. And he is thinking that he is the best to think of the tree. Human environment. deals with we have right to take from earth only that much that we are giving it back. What we are taking back from the nature, let that quickly grow over. Got it? Then there is another chapter, last one, experiment and experience. As a scientist, you are supposed to go for multiple experiments and you are supposed to follow various experiences. This is your whole syllabus. Essentials of communication. Spread in 4 sections. Section A dealing with semantics and syntax. Section B dealing with phonetics and comprehension. Section C with composition. Section D with book and chapter. But there is one more thing that you are supposed to do, that is known as book review. You are supposed to read, or a student is supposed to study any book of his or her own choice. Maybe literally, may not be literally. Then write a review of the book and then present it before the class. So reading, writing, speaking, 3 skills are there. There are 4 skills of language learning. LSRW. Listening, speaking, reading and writing. So your syllabus focuses on all the skills in a balanced way. And based on that, the units are framed, designed, and you are supposed to study this. And for that, well, time and again we will keep interacting. Thanks for being a very nice listener. Thank you one and all. Thanks.